Hi, it's Brandy, and today we're going to be exploring Google Drawing as a tool that we can use to help in the classroom. So the first thing we need to do is log into Google Drive. So here I've already clicked on drive.google.com and I need to log in. Remember that when we're using our Google Apps for Education, we always need to be using our @rolandschools.org account. It has the same prefix as your email. Mine is bmiller. And then you want to follow it with @rolandschools.org and then put in your password and sign in. And now I'm in my Google Drive. So we're always going to go over here to New, and I'm going to look for a Google Drawing. Now you'll notice that Drawing isn't showing up right here. You just scroll down to More and click Google Drawings. Now Google Drawings is a great tool. Don't be limited by the name. It's not just a drawing or a fun tool. It's a way that you can actually make designs and shapes, download them as images, push them out to students to where they can interact with things. The first thing that we always want to get into the habit of doing is renaming our drawing. So I'll call this Demo Drawing. And you'll notice again, just like every other Google app, it saves automatically into your drive. The formatting tools, you have more of your drawing tools since we are in Google Drawing. Here's your line tool. You can draw lines, arrows, all these different things here. You have a variety of shapes that you can draw, some more block arrows, call outs, some equation symbols. You can still insert a text box. You can insert images, and you can also insert comments. So one of the ways that I use this with my students is with thinking maps. So you could use this to create, let's just make a flow map. So we're going to start by making some rectangles. If you don't want them filled in, this little paint bucket is your fill color. So maybe you want to keep it as transparent. This is your line color. So maybe you want black lines. And if you want a little bit of thicker line, you can change the weight of the line. If you want to repeat this shape, you can just hit, on an Apple, it would be Command D, or on a PC, it would be Control D, and that duplicates that shape. So I can put one there. I could also do another one. Just because you're in Google Drawing, don't think that you're limited in terms of this space. You can have things off to the side in Google Drawing. And we'll explore how you could use that in a second. So I'm just going to kind of center these a little bit more so they all do fit on my screen here. Now, if I'm making a flow map, I need to have some arrows in between. So I'm just going to go to my line and arrow. And immediately you'll notice that when I hover on this shape, it gives me some connecting points. So I'm going to do an arrow from box 1 to box 2. You can change the color of the arrow line. You can change the weight of it as well if you want a thicker line. One of the things that I'm notorious for doing, my students would always see me do this, is whenever I click out of something, if I'm in that line tool, it's going to automatically reappear. So if the kids do this, tell them not to panic, just have them delete that. And I want to go back and make another arrow from this box to this box, and I want it to match this one. So I'm going to pick that same color and the same weight. And you'll see here my little crosshairs, and that's when you click and you'll get that line. I want to get out of that, so I'm just going to click on that arrow. So now if I click anywhere, nothing happens. So maybe I want to add a text box because maybe we're doing a, a flow map to sequence a story. So maybe here you're going to have students write the beginning, and then I'm just going to duplicate this text box and put it here. You'll notice those red lines help me line things up so that my boxes are somewhat straight. So now let's go back and change this to the beginning, the middle, and the end. And you can just have your kids go in and start typing in this text box. One of the things, the features that's really nice is, let's say you want the students to drag and drop what happened in the beginning, the middle, and the end. So I can make a text box over here off to the side. It's nice to think of this gray space that's on either side as kind of your workspace. So let's think of a story. I'm kind of drawing a blank here with the story. Let's just do Jack and Jill. So Jack and Jill went up the hill. That's an event that happened. I'm just going to duplicate this text box, move it here. Jack and Jill fell down the hill. And, oops, wrong tool there. I'm just going to click this box again to duplicate it. And then maybe I want to have, actually let's change this and have Jack fell down the hill. And then we can have this box be Jill fell down the hill. And then what you could have your students do, if you were to share this document with them, excuse me, maybe this beginning is actually going to be up here, so it's on top of your boxes when you share the document with them. And then their task is to sequence the story. So they can take these text boxes and just drag and drop and put them in the correct place in your story. So this is one way that you could use Google Drawings. I've used it a lot with thinking maps because it's easy to create the maps in Google Drawings and then have your students use it to fill in. Another great feature is that you can use this and download everything as an image. So you can just go to File, Download. You can download it as a PDF, and then these are your two image options. And that way, maybe you're going to take this and put this into something else that you're working on. Similarly, with all of your Google apps, you have the share feature. You have the commenting feature. So Google Drawing is a great tool to use to get kids to kind of work things out. It's more than just playing and drawing. It's a really, really great way to kind of have them show their thinking as they're doing some work.